generation, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between our visitors and the New Orleans Saints. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. I thought the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Well, someone came to play today.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We heard about it all week, didn't we? Especially when we visited practice. He thought he had a good matchup in front of him, and he's taking full advantage right now.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So here are the Saints now with great starting field position. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 37.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
On third down, Jackson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Check.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Anything moves, we hit.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Check.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at them with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on third down.
The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on second and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Nick Chubb, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you? Rush coming, and he's taken down.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Runs through the contact. The dump-off gets him only 1, and now you're looking at a third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice and it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Let's go, defense. Our time, our time.
2nd and 2. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
54. Let's get it together.
Now Jones throwing on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown,
Matt Breida with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it was Matt Breida who had the touchdown run to put an end to it. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
They'll run on first down. Young.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on,
Ball
set.
up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Back to throw. Herbert, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Here's second and 10 now from the 35. To throw again. Herbert. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete.
Oh, yeah.
So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
They wound up getting nothing out of that second down completion, so now here's third and 10.
False start, offense.
So that'll back them up 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. Third and long. From the gun, Herbert. Going right side here, and that's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Oh, they stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up fourth down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
Looking to throw. Herbert, quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. It's first and 10 from the 12. They run the counter. Young. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard.
That's it, baby.
So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Here we go.
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punt.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
They cannot hold us.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. And with a flag down, he goes down.
Holding.
So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get the Is forward for about 4.
Baby, get him, boy. Get him.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run it with Jackson. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Taking it about the 36. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Try to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this.
And the pressure gets to him again. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Mike 54. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, #2. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Set, hut. 15 Buzz. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Hey. Watch 54.
On 1st down, Jones. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6.
Here we go, D.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
You better be afraid of him. You better be afraid of him. Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4". Danny. 54's Mike, 54's Mike.
Back to throw. Jones. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.
Right there. 54, right there. 54 Mike. Watch the run.
Jones now throwing on 4th down. And an alley to run. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Charger defense stands tall and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm?
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Oh, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is...
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
2 yards, good enough for a first. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. Into the secondary again. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
On first down, here's Breida. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Matt Breida, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 3rd down, Herbert. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Ouch. Thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Herbert looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Woo, that's what I'm talking about.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. And he's going to go down again.
Boom! All day!
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start here with Jackson. And an alley to run. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They run on first down with Jackson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They run it again with Chubb. And he's got some space here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Nick Chubb, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the 2nd time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So out come the Chargers. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
It's our time. It's our time.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Back him up, back him up.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean,
Let's go, baby.
oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They run again with Jackson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
Lutz with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Back to throw. Herbert. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
We got him. We got him.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this one complete on the slant route.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they To see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Lightning. Now.
From the gun, Herbert. That's complete to Sharp. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And it's caught. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation and a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Bailey, and that will get him one closer. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They run it again with Kamara, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 9. 61. Match box. Right. Pick the edge.
Kamara. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 28-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Let's go heavy. Let's go heavy.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On the ground, Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well at hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, let's go! Come on, set.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. And what are the whistles for? A timeout. So they'll stop. Stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Herbert. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And what are the whistles for? A timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw. Herbert. He's got Allen. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. On is the Chargers punter now. Standing right on his own 5-yard line. Pulled in at the 24.
Let's go, fellas.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Saints, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.